Kia ora or hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Odessa if you didn't know, and today we will be doing a top things to do in Wonju. Yes, if you guys didn't know and you're new to my channel, I currently live in Wonju in the Gangwon province of South Korea. Now I've been living here for nearly 2 years and I have kind of sussed it and figured out, you know, the cool places to go, the best restaurants, the best cafes. And for anyone who is getting placed here for Epic or is moving over here and is placed in Wonju or Gangwon, I kind of wanted to show you guys some of the cool places you can go to. I know Wonju is definitely not talked about, especially in this time. There's a few videos back in like 2016 of Wonju, so I wanted to kind of do an update and just show how cool and hip the city it actually is and how much it's growing. Now, if you don't know a lot about Wonju, Wonju is the biggest city in Gangwon province. Gangwon is located east of Seoul, so it's about like an hour KTX ride. But before we get into this video, I wanted to give a big shout out to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. They have kindly sent me some beautiful jewelry again, so amazing.
Ana Luisa is a sustainable jewelry brand made in the US. Every piece is designed with the planet in mind, using recycled material whenever possible. And did I mention they are 100% carbon neutral? They don't believe in marking up the prices, meaning that the jewelry is marked at a reasonable price, and the quality of the jewelry is outstanding. They have so many pieces to choose from to cater to different people's styles and aesthetics, which I truly love.
I am wearing these beautiful little hoops here. They're a nice little statement hoop, but they're not too big, so it's more of like a classy hoop, you know? So I'm wearing these. I am wearing my stack, which I got last collab with them, and I'm obsessed. I just don't take it off. It goes with everything and it looks amazing. And then I'm also wearing the signal ring, which is just a cute little statement ring, and I love it. Everything just looks so expensive, but it's such good quality and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, which that's the one thing I love about Ana Luisa. But I wanted to tell you guys that Ana Luisa are having a huge sale, so you should check them out. They're doing a buy one and get the second for 60% off. So if you do really want some new pieces, get it in quick. And also it's coming up to Christmas, so it's perfect time to get gifts for your friends and family, and you can get a discount. So if you're interested, you can click on my link in the description below and it will take you to the website and you get some beautiful discount. So yeah, thank you again, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring. Now let's get into the video. Wonju has around 330,000 people, and it is growing very fast. Chuncheon is the most popular and well-known city in Gangwon besides Gangneung and Sokcho. It is a city where a lot of people move to. I would say a lot of young couples move to start a life. Because it's a lot cheaper, but it is quite close to Seoul. Like I said, it's about an hour KTX or about like an hour and a half drive to Seoul. So, and it also is a hub city, which means it's got KTS, it's got like your main bus terminal, so that you can literally get anywhere from Wonju. That's why a lot of young people are coming to Wonju to invest and buy property, because it's like a big city where it has everything, but it's not crowded and crazy like Seoul. It's a perfect place to kind of start a family, right? So the first tourist attraction I want to talk about is the rail bikes. Now, the rail bikes is located a little bit outside of Wonju. It's about a 20-minute taxi ride. I know there are buses you can take specifically to get out there, but it takes a while, and it's only about what, like a 14,000 won taxi ride to get to the rail bikes.
Once at the rail park, you take a train to the start of the line where you begin your ride. You can ride together upwards of 4 people, and the minimum is 2 people. Prices vary depending on the amount of people that you ride with. The ride is 7 kilometers in length, and it takes up to 30 to 40 minutes depending on how fast you pedal.
It's a really great way to see the countryside of Gangwon or of Wonju. Going from rail bikes, you can hop over to the suspension bridge. Now, the suspension bridge is one of the most popular attractions in Wonju. I think it's the biggest suspension bridge in Korea, I believe.
The suspension bridge is located at the GAHYEON tourist site right next to the rail park. This area has lots of little things to see and do, including multiple treks and swimming in the river, to name a few. Keep in mind there is a few steps you need to take to get to the bridge, but it is worth it. After, you can stop at the little side vendors and get some local eats.
But I believe they're also building a bigger one that will be open possibly in 2022. But yeah, that looks amazing too. And if you are from Wonju, it's even cheaper because you're a Wonju citizen kind of thing. The next place I'm going to talk about is WALIWAL. I always want to say Walla Walla, but it's WALIWAL. And it is a cute dog cafe.
If you want to cuddle some cute doggos, WALIWAL is the perfect place. You don't have to pay a surcharge to pet the dogs, you just have to buy a beverage. The cutest thing is each table has a breakdown of each dog and their names and their temperaments, and you pretty much can sit there all day and pet doggos and just chat, and it's so fun and I love it.
Jungang Shijang, or Jungang Market. Now this is pretty much downtown. It's like the main shopping area of Wonju. There is the main Jungang street, which has like your normal Western stores like Nike, Adidas, as well as like cute Korean clothing brands. And then you also have the Jungang Shijang, which is the proper like veggie fruit market where you can get like fruit and veg. But then there's also the upstairs, which I can't remember the name. I'm pretty sure all of it's Jungang Shijang.
Jungang is comprised of 4 areas that you can take a look around. The market focuses on specifically independent shop owners selling their goods. It's a perfect place to buy one-of-a-kind gifts for yourself, your friends, or your partner. You can also do many different crafting classes. You can craft your own candles, perfume, makeup, jewelry, to name a few. It has some really cute cafes and restaurants also, so I highly recommend checking out Jungang for a day.
But there's just so much to see and do in Jungang Shijang, so I highly recommend checking out that whole area. Oda, or formerly known as Cafe Oda, they did change their name though, but I did a TikTok of it, actually blew up, like it went viral, and so they are popping off and I love that for them. So what you do is you go and you choose a stencil from their massive range of stencils, or you can paint your own, whatever you feel like. Now, I think they range between 18 to 25,000 depending on the size. You get put in a cute little area, and it's super like COVID friendly because there's dividers for each section, so it is really intimate as well. Buying the outline, you get a free beverage, and the beverages are great. You have about 2 hours to finish your painting, and then you get to take it home, and it's a great time. But it does get busy, like I said, so you might have to book, but I've been lucky enough to just walk in and get a seat. In general, Wonju, because it's in the mountains, there's lots of great places to hike. I am not a hiking person. I am very unfit. I don't like walking, but I have done one which is located behind the Wonju City Hall, and we did that in the heat of summer. Died, but it's beautiful. You get a cute little scenic view of Wonju City, and yeah, you just get embarrassingly owned by all the ajushis and ajumas, just power walking up that hill. So if you really like nature, Wonju specifically has a lot of mountains you can climb, and also there are ones that are quite close in proximity, so maybe like a 40-minute drive and stuff like that. I haven't been here myself, but this is like a little mention, is Museum San. I know a lot of K-dramas have been filmed there. The one with Han So-hee, I think, who's actually from Wonju, fun fact, that one was filmed there as well. Definitely more of an outdoor museum. There's lots of like sculptures and you can walk around. And yeah, there's a cute cafe and stuff like that. So if you want aesthetic photos, Museum San is great. Actually located in Jungang Shijang, or Jungang area, there is GAMYEON. Now GAMYEON was the old provincial office, so you can walk around the grounds. It's really pretty. You might see a few people dressed up in hanbok, but a lot of people just like walk around, take cute photos, especially at nighttime because it's lit up. But it's a bit random because it's like literally in the middle of like the main shopping street. Okay, now let's go on to restaurants. Burritomana, it's got traditional Mexican food. You can get quesadillas, you can get burritos, you can get tacos. Great. Owners, I believe, lived in Mexico for a couple years, so that's why it's very authentic. It's very small, so sometimes you have to wait because it's very popular. I go there on a regular basis, and they do actually deliver it as well, so if you want to get it delivered, you can. It's one of my good friends' restaurants, and it's called Company. Now, Company is a Western styled restaurant. They do reservation only, except on Sundays where they do burger days. It's owned by my friend. She lived in America for a very long time. And so she kind of brings the Western food back from where she lived in Cali to Wonju. So if you are craving good Western food, she literally has the best food. Like I said, you have to reserve because everything is handmade from her. It's just her. You can reserve for brunch/lunch, or you can reserve for dinner. Now, the brunch menu is amazing. She does fluffy pancakes, which are delicious. She also does like Cajun chicken sandwiches. She does BLTs. The menu is fantastic. I would classify it as definitely on the higher end, but when you actually put it into like US dollar, it's actually really like decent for what you get. And then also dinner, you have to reserve for dinner. This is definitely a little bit more bougie, so I think it's perfect for like, you know, special occasions, if you have birthdays and stuff. She does beautiful like lamb chops and duck, and it's so beautifully presented, so aesthetic. I love it. But it is a kind of bougie styled Italian restaurant. Now, this is located literally right across from GAMYEON. Kind of hidden, you will walk straight past it, but it is so cute. The wallpaper is freaking hideous, but I think that's like the aesthetic. It gives me like going to your cool aunt in the 70s house, and just seeing like wall to ceiling floral print with like old wood and like knickknacks and trinkets, and there's a very certain vibe that you love to hate it. And every time I go to this damn restaurant, I'm always clashing with the freaking wallpaper. They actually do Italian food, like really, really delicious Italian food. They do amazing lasagna that literally like has like potato wedges that are like encrusted into the lasagna. That sounds weird, but it's so delicious. The green pasta it's got a weird zest to it that's like so different, but it's so tasty. And they also do really bomb sangria. Sweet oak, the iconic sweet oak. I feel like people literally travel to Wonju just for sweet oak. It's hella famous. She's packed every day you go there. But sweet oak is a Southern American styled barbecue. So if you want ribs, if you want buffalo wings, if you want pulled pork, you go to sweet oak. Great food. It is definitely pricey, but when you share amongst a lot of people, it is a really good price and delicious. Cafes. Surprisingly, Wonju has a lot of aesthetic cafes, and there's just ones popping up here and there. Like it's wild. I think that's just Korea in general. But the first one I want to talk about is, again, one of my friends' cafes. It's called The Corner, and The Corner is a florist slash cafe. It's literally on the corner in Mushildong. It's beautiful, very aesthetic. She speaks English, and she does amazing beverages. She also does seasonal beverages, so depending on the season there might be a special fruit aid or a coffee that she does. If you want to get a beautiful bouquet, you can go check them out. And they are animal friendly because she has a dog herself that she has at the cafe. The next is literally called Strange House, is the translation, I believe. Located like on the top floor of this building that's looking over the old provincial office GAMYEON. It just recently opened, and they do traditional Korean desserts, and they also do very aesthetic coffees. It's very minimalist, industrial vibes, but you get a great view of the provincial office, and yeah, it's really cute. The next is Cafe Pipe. Now, Cafe Pipe is probably my go-to cafe. Again, this is in Jungang. It's a house converted into a cafe, and there's outside seating, there's rooftop seating, so you can get really good views of the sunset. And then there's also really cute little nook areas that you can sit at. So there's lots of seating. It's located really close to the Yonsei Medical Hospital, so a lot of like university students go and study, so it's definitely got that really nice chill vibe, and you can just relax and have cake. They do really good desserts there. And the next is No Entry. It's literally a black industrial themed cafe. Their beverages are black, their desserts are black, the whole aesthetic is black. The owner, I believe, is a architect, and so his architect business is literally like joined to the cafe, but I'm pretty sure he designed the cafe. Definitely got a vibe, and I feel like you have to dress up in black if you ever go to no entry, because that's just the vibe. People literally dress in black just to take aesthetic photos. If you haven't clicked, I like to go to cafes that have an aesthetic, so it's perfect for the gram. And also, if you want a full in-depth of cafes, I did a whole guide on my Instagram. I will link it down below if you want to know some of my favorite cafes. Obviously there are so many that I'm not going to be able to talk about, but these are kind of my like go-to. Other than that, I'm just going to do a b-roll and just show you some of my other faves that I have footage of. I will put the names on the side and you can just appreciate these cute cafes. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed a little guide from an insider. You know, I'm moving to Seoul next year and I feel like I'm gonna definitely miss this place. It's got a charm. I feel like it's got like a low-key charm about Wonju that I've definitely fallen in love with. And if you do get placed here, or if you do come to Wonju, and like I showed you now, there is lots of things, fun things to do, and so yeah, don't worry. And also, if you are popping into Wonju, I hope these help you to kind of figure out what you want to do. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And if you want to see more Wonju-y kind of stuff, or a breakdown of stuff, I do a full in-depth breakdown of my top cafes actually on my website. I have been doing some blogs about my favorite cafes and favorite tourist attractions all around Korea, so if you want to check that out, I also will link that down below. And also, if you don't want to do my website, like I said, I did a little guide on my Instagram breaking down some of my favorite cafes. Again, shout out to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. I appreciate them so much, and I just love their jewelry. They're so cute. And like I said, link in the description if you want to get some great discount, because it's the month for good discount at Ana Luisa since Black Friday is coming up, and it's the perfect time to get gifts for your friends and family for Christmas. Okay, bye. On a side note, Christmas is literally in like a month. Literally, 2022 is going to be around the corner in like a month. What? Anyway, bye. Love you guys. Peace.